What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kentucky Audit signing in. Gonna pay the sheriff another visit. It is January 2nd. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share for more content. All right, let's see how this goes here. Hello, is the sheriff in today? The elected sheriff? Need to speak with the elected sheriff. The elected sheriff,
May I get your name, please?
Ryan.
Sorry?
Ryan.
Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a moment.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Put that back, we have a cat.
Yes, ma'am.
I can help you with
What's going on, Gary? So last time I was here, you'd called me a liar. You said that I didn't file for the EPO and I didn't show up all the times that I did, and I didn't have to.
Well, I didn't
refile.
call you a liar.
You
What
did. It's on video, sir.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm not trying to argue. I was just.
If you want to talk, I'll talk with you.
Yes,
You're
sir.
starting an argument.
No, sir.
What's
Yes,
your
sir.
question?
I wanted to make a complaint on one of your officers the last time I was in here, and you refused me, and you called me a liar.
Well, let's walk back through our conversation. You had a problem. You came in, you had a problem at the jail.
No.
Remember you were talking about money being stolen?
No, that's not me. You got the wrong person, bud. I come in to try to complain on Wyatt Harper, one of your officers,
Yeah, okay.
and you refused me. You called me a liar, said that I'd lied to you in the past. You refused me to make
And you
a
had
complaint.
lied to me in the
No,
past.
no, I didn't. There's the
There's
proof right
two
there.
different times that you came in.
Yes, no. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead with what
There's
you
two
think.
different times that you came in that I remember. It may have been more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Two times I remember dealing with you. One, you came in and had me take some photos of you. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir. That's the witness statement that I have right
And
here
I-
in my hand. That
and
you.
I- and I took
No.
the-
Not my witness statement. This is the witness statement that I promised you from the people down the road that witnessed the assault. You called me a liar on the assault, said that I was not assaulted. There's the witness
didn't call
statement.
you a liar.
Okay, well, there's that.
I didn't
sir.
investigate your assault.
Right, but then you refused to let me make a complaint on the officer that didn't.
I gave you
so
forms.
unquote did the investigate, but did not investigate
I gave
anything.
you forms that day
N-
for you
no.
to take with you.
Right.
You insisted.
I have a right
and
to
I
do
gave
it in
to you.
person, though. As a United States citizen, under the Constitution, I have a right to do it in
Not when
person.
I don't trust you.
Exactly, but you have no, that's a biased opinion. You have no reason not to trust me when I have the forms right here in front of
Here's how the system works.
you. So,
Do you want to listen for a
yep,
minute?
yep,
Because I'm trying to help you. I was trying to help you that day until we got all argumentative.
right.
If you have a complaint, obviously you and I disagree about things.
Yes, sir.
Fill out your complaint, turn it in.
Yes, sir.
I will then take your complaint
Okay.
and I will assign it to one of my supervisory people.
Yes, sir.
Because you and I don't get along. I don't believe you. You don't believe me.
Right. Okay.
So
You have. What's the
we're-
reason
we're
you
in
don't believe me
agreement.
though? Whenever I have the proof right here in front of you, what's your reasoning for not believing me?
I've not found you to be trustworthy.
How? Tell me how.
I don't have to prove that to you whatsoever. Do I
Then
believe? Do I
okay.
believe you? I don't believe you.
Okay.
I think you've lied to
So
me.
I need to turn this in right now. It's under oath. I have it on body camera as well. Me getting her written statement. Her swearing under oath that it's the best of her knowledge.
You need to fill this top part out.
That's not for me. That's for her. That's her statement.
Who's?
Tasia Freeman. I done told you that in the.
No. So let's listen, both of us. Take this. We're going to re-talk. There is somebody that is investigating your case. You have a seat if you want to.
No, I'm good.
Well, I'm going to sit down.
Yes, sir.
So let's walk back to what happened in your case. I'm not saying what's good, bad, or indifferent. I didn't investigate your case.
So then why do you have an opinion about me then? That you're not allowing me
The
to.
times I've dealt with you, I don't find you to be stable. I find you not to be truthful.
Okay.
But let's get off that. We're already in agreement with that.
You said you've only dealt with me twice. I've never met you but those 2 times, and one of them I don't even recall what you're talking about. You said
Well, you
stolen money at the jail or something. That's not me. Sorry to tell you, that's not
Well,
me.
then that's somebody else.
Yeah. So
two times
once
that
again, why do you have a biased opinion on me, and you can't even provide facts to
I'm
why
not
you
one-
have that?
This is not an argument. We're both in agreement that I don't trust you, and you don't understand why I don't trust you. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's move forward from there. Okay? We're not going to fix that part, and that's irrelevant. So if you want to complain on an officer,
So due to your opinion, I can't do it. Okay, go ahead. I'll bring my written statement.
trying.
Okay? I'll bring my written because it's going to be civil as well. This isn't just
that's okay.
your officer's lost his qualified immunity.
I'm trying to help you. There's 2 things you need to know that I've gathered from your conversation. Okay. One is there can be some confusion in your investigation because there's actually 2 officers that investigated.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
One did your side.
Yes, sir.
And that is not Wyatt Harper.
No, that's the other one.
And
I have no problem with him. He was completely cool. I'm the one called the police first, and that's on record, timestamp and everything. It's in. Yes, sir.
again, I'm not doing your investigation.
No,
I'm just
sir.
telling you what I know.
Yes, sir.
So there's 2 officers that were involved in your investigation. There's Michael Carter,
Yes,
if
sir.
I'm remembering right, that did your side of it.
Yes, sir.
Anything that you gave, including if you have a statement or something, would go to Michael Carter. Now,
Yes, sir.
Michael Carter did leave the sheriff's office
To go to Florida.
to go to Florida, but he's come back. He's working here.
Okay.
The second officer
Go on.
is Wyatt Harper, the one you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
Wyatt Harper did not investigate your portion. He investigated from the other side.
Right.
Okay.
But he.
So he would have taken statements there. Michael Carter took statements here.
Right. But see,
I
he
don't
refused.
know what happened to those because I'm not involved in that part.
Okay, well, there's my complaint. Wyatt Harper did no investigation. He did not go to ask to talk to my witnesses that witnessed me being assaulted. He did not go pull video from 5 Star where I was accused of something that did not happen.
Because Michael Carter.
And I also got my
investigated
weapon.
that.
Now, you might have dealt with me on paperwork one time where I got my weapon back because it was approved through Sam Phillips because the video was pulled and I did not pull my weapon on this guy. So who's the liar here?
I don't believe you.
Okay, well, you don't have to believe
Some
it.
of it's
The facts
probably
is the facts. You don't have to believe
You
it.
came in one day after all this happened. The 2 times I dealt with you that we know that I dealt with
Yes, sir. Was that Eddie?
was the time that we came in and you came in and asked me to take pictures of you because Michael Carter wasn't here. And
Yes,
I
sir.
told you that day.
Yes, sir.
He's investigated, but I'll be glad to take pictures.
Yes, sir.
I took
And that's for
pictures
this
of
statement right here.
I took pictures of you
Yes, sir.
and I gave them to Michael Carter.
Okay.
Okay? The other time.
So Michael Carter's the one that
the
didn't
other
turn
time,
the
they would
statements
actually be
in.
3 times.
Now, they wasn't turned into the prosecuting attorney. That was part of the
Now, I don't
issue.
know what happened. I took them and
They got put in a desk.
That's what I did with them was I gave them to Michael Carter.
Right. My end got put in a desk. But his end got charges filed on me, and I had to go to jail.
What, I'm talking about the 3 times I dealt with you and what I did.
Okay.
You got your little recording going.
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Yes, sir.
I met with you, I took your photos. What do I do with the photos? Because we work a lot of stuff. What was the sheriff do? Because he's not investigating.
He gives it to
the
one of the investigating
One of
officer,
his- one of
right?
his
And it got shoved in a
So,
drawer. So there it
I didn't
goes.
shove them in a drawer. I gave them to Michael Carter.
So there's where
If
the
you want to do a complaint on Michael
Yes,
Carter,
sir.
then do a complaint on Michael Carter.
yes, sir.
We hadn't talked about that.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
So
That's
that
a
was
follow
one
up.
time.
That'll be a follow up.
Trying to talk.
Yes, sir.
So that was one time. We're both in agreement of that, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're good on that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about your injuries, but I did what you asked, just because Michael Carter wasn't here.
Mhm.
It's really unusual for the sheriff to come take pictures of you.
Right, I understand.
Because you asked.
I understand. Nothing was
And-
done about that.
And we actually got along that day.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
not true?
Yes, sir. Nothing
I
was done
stalling
about
and
that,
telling
though.
to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've been nothing but respectful every time I've been in here.
Well, we're very argumentative with each other.
Right, but I
I'll
mean-
even say I've been argumentative.
It's professional
It was
arguments.
It was the 3rd time.
It's a professionalism argument. I mean,
So there's actually 3 times that I remember. And realize I deal with a lot of people, so sometimes I don't remember everything with everybody.
yes, sir.
And then I hear lots of things, so.
Yes, sir.
But there was a second time, and this is the time that you did not know I had an issue, but I did have an issue because it was very weird.
Mhm.
That was when you came in to get an IPO against the Michael Eubanks.
The
IPO, the interpersonal order.
protective order,
Yeah, the protective,
which is my paperwork right here.
which is the IPO. Listen,
Yes, sir.
was the IPO. So you came in, and I remember putting it up to the window because the girls were getting your information and you had filed that.
Mhm.
And we served that paper.
Yes, sir.
And that was the one that I told you, because you didn't show up.
Well, eventually, see, that's the one I was telling you. Eventually, you served him. See, in this paperwork, like I said, I went and filed it. It shows every time I went to court. It was 4 different times on the first case. I missed one court date.
Well, you got court date
Listen, I missed one court date
on the IPO?
on the IPO. This is all right here, just IPO.
Okay,
This is just IPO. Went and paid for it
all right.
with my own money,
Well, you're
just to
supposed
show you. Just to show
You're
you.
supposed to.
Just to try to get an apology
Well, then
for
I'll
calling me.
tell you, If I look through all that, and I'm not gonna take the time to do it, I'll take you at your word. I usually take people at
No,
your word.
well, no, you don't believe me. I'm a liar. Remember, I want you to take this.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I'll take it if you.
Yes, sir. I want you to take that. That's your copy.
All right.
Because I told you to pull it. I told you to pull it last time, and you refused that as well. So I just pulled it for you. Okay.
Well, it's irrelevant, but I don't
Well,
trust.
no, it is not irrelevant because that's the reason you're calling me a liar. That was the whole reason you called me a liar was
I
that
said I
case
don't
right
trust
there.
you.
Right.
I don't think you're mentally stable. I don't think you're altogether.
It doesn't
there.
matter what you
I don't
think.
trust the things that you say.
Okay.
That is fact.
Okay.
But that's personal opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Your professional opinion.
My professional opinion is I don't trust you.
Okay, that's your personal
I think
opinion.
you
No, no,
got
no, no.
mental
That's your personal
instability.
opinion. That's
And I
you're
hate
getting
to
it
say that
twisted.
to you, but I'm telling you the truth.
I understand what you're
You
saying.
should seek some mental, I don't know if you have anything going on.
And what is your, since you've only met me twice, what is
Well,
your
3 times.
well, based?
I'm not going into all that with you.
Okay.
As a person who
Okay.
cares about others, and you can believe that or not, that's what I think.
Okay.
Now, let's get back to your problem. Your problem is you have a problem with 2 of my deputies.
Yes, sir.
At first, you said only one of them, but now you're saying you got a problem with 2.
Well, I didn't know that's the one that shoved it in the drawer. You're the one that
Well, I
took my
don't know.
paperwork.
I don't know he did.
Right.
You asked what happened to the.
I do because the prosecuting attorney never received the paperwork.
You asked about what happened to your photo. Or, actually, I was reminding you that you came.
Oh, I already
And
knew
I
that
took
I
your
came. You didn't have to
photos,
remind me.
And what happened with your photos.
Okay.
Because I don't hold on to stuff. I made a copy or sent those to Michael Carter, if he's the one that investigated yours. But I'm thinking he is off the top of my head. I'm thinking Michael did yours, and you said he did.
Wyatt Harper did the other
And then
one.
Wyatt Harper took
Yes,
over
sir.
the
And his
investigation.
training partner that he's got riding around.
Well, his training partner that's riding with him now.
It's the same arresting officers. It was the one when he
wouldn't
first
have been here-
started.
Wouldn't have been here then.
When he first started riding around with him is whenever I was arrested.
Who's his training partner?
I'm not sure. They both refused to give me name and badge number
I've got two
on
that just got
Saturday.
out of the academy. But I don't think either one of them was here then, but they might have been.
So that's another thing. Your officers are allowed to refuse name and badge numbers on call when they respond to.
Depending on what the circumstances were.
to my residence.
Well, you can say, it's. their
Specifically, it come across the
name- Their
radio.
name is,
Right, but they
whatever
refused,
were.
they refused to give it to me.
Well, then that would be part of what you.
My civil-
complained about.
yes,
So
sir.
this is another complaint, so this is a third complaint.
On Saturday, this just happened Saturday. It's Wyatt Harper harassing me. So,
What was
I can show you the video.
What was the call about?
my neighbor was actually firing a firearm and they got called to my residence.
And you called, did you call them?
No. No, the neighbor called and said that it was me shooting when in reality it was my neighbor.
So Wyatt made this up, that your neighbor called?
No.
Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, no,
So it
no.
was a legitimate call?
Right, no, they had to respond.
Well,
That's
you
not
said
what I'm
what-
saying. That's not what I'm
See, that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
I'll show you the
said
video.
what-
No, no, no. I'll show you the
I
video
don't-
how
I-
your officers
I don't
act.
I don't
Your
need
officers
to-
need to hold themselves to a higher standard in professionalism,
So
is
let's-
what I'm trying to explain to you.
So let's get back to that.
So that they don't lose their qualified immunity.
So let's
if you get
back-
what I'm saying.
Let's get back to that, because that was the problem and the issue that we were trying to work out.
Yes, sir.
So this is what you need to do if you would like this looked into. As we have already discussed, you and I do not get along.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna look at it, but I will have my office look at it.
Okay.
So, I will again give you written documentation where you can write out your complaint. I will assign it to one of my supervisors to look at,
Yes, sir.
and they will do an investigation into it to whatever it merits.
Yes, sir.
Because everything can be different and whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have more than one,
Definitely.
then do
Definitely.
multiple statements and be as precise as you can.
Yes, sir.
Understand, and we had told you this before, at some point in time, I think, these are affidavits that you're doing.
Yes, sir.
You'll be sworn, when you bring it back, you'll be
Yes, sir.
sworn into that
Absolutely.
affidavit. If you lie about something,
Yes,
we
sir.
don't mind looking into stuff that you have a problem with if it's valid. But if you lie about something, that's a different story.
Absolutely.
That's why it's a written,
Absolutely.
affidavit.
That's why I'm bringing you written copies of everything.
Okay. So, is that good with you?
Yes, sir. I need my, 2 more, complaint forms for
So
the,
we'll give you some complaint forms, you fill those out, I'll go look at this.
and I also need to, you to accept this statement and make
I'm
copies
not
of it.
accepting anything for me.
No, it's for your officer that's doing the investigation. Put it on his desk, if you don't mind. I've got it on camera where she swore that this was to the best of her knowledge.
Is your case still open, or is it?
Yes, sir,
closed?
it is.
So it's still active?
Yes, sir, it is.
So it's Michael Carter you're wanting me to give that to?
Yes, sir, not the other one.
I'll give that to I'll see that it's given to Michael Carter. But that's who you want it to go to?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
because that's the same ones that the other ones got shoved in the desk. So I expect the prosecuting attorney to get all of it.
Teresa Freeman, is there any way to contact her? Did you-
Yes, sir, it is. I have her phone number.
Do you want to add that to it so he would have it?
Yeah.
I mean,